Hi guys, I'm Nicola McKenzie, founder and insurance specialist at Dunham McCarthy. In today's video, I will be talking to you about how much life insurance costs. So to find out, stay tuned. Now guys, today's video is part of a whole series dedicated to life insurance. So make sure that you check out the other life insurance videos as part of the series to find out all you need to know about life insurance. However, what I want to do today's video is break down and look at some of the factors that will impact the cost of your life insurance outside of how much cover you need, because typically the monthly payments on your life insurance are going to depend on a few different factors. Now, how comprehensive you want the cover to be, that is going to have an impact on the cost of the cover. Your health and lifestyle, so things like your age, your height and weight, your smoker status, your medical history, and your family medical history as well. All of those things can impact the cost of life insurance. The type and the length of cover that you choose, and also how much cover you need. All of those factors are going to impact on the cost. So whilst I'd love to be able to turn around to you and give you one set price in this video, it just isn't possible, guys, because the cost of cover is going to vary depending on so many different factors. But now what I want to do is look at some of those points in more detail so that I can explain to you what impact on the cost those different points can sometimes have. Now next, this is going to potentially have a significant impact on the cost of your policy. And this is where we're talking about health and lifestyle. So when you make an application for a life insurance policy, an insurer is going to charge you according to your health and lifestyle. And if they deem you to be higher risk, then they would charge a premium to offer you cover. In the same way that if you've got car insurance, if you've got points on your driving license, or you live in an area where there's a high crime rate, then your car insurer would typically charge more for your car insurance. Well, your life insurance works no different to that. Now, also as well, things like, hazardous activities. So again, if I take part in rock climbing or mountaineering or bungee jumping, or I ride a motorbike, those things can again have a significant impact on the cost. Let's look at a quick example as to what I mean. So a 31-year-old male looking to take out £310,000 worth of life cover to cover him up until he reaches the age of 67, that would cost approximately £17 a month, assuming that I'm a non-smoker. Now, most insurers will define a non-smoker as somebody who has not used any nicotine or nicotine replacement products in the last 12 months. If I have used nicotine replacements in the last 12 months or nicotine products, then I would usually, this isn't with all insurers, but with most insurers, I would usually be considered a smoker. In which case, my monthly premium for my life insurance, instead of being in the region of £17 a month, would become £32 a month. And there may also be an additional rating depending on how heavy smoker I am. Now, just expanding on the topic of smokers, the provider or the insurer choice can also make an impact as well. To be fair, not just with smoking, but with any health and lifestyle related disclosure. So some insurance companies, if I smoke electronic cigarettes, for example, even if they don't contain nicotine, some insurers would still consider me to be a smoker because they view me as higher risk to going back to smoking nicotine-based products, whereas some insurers would consider you a non-smoker. So the point is that insurer selection can make all the difference in the cost of your cover as well, and making sure that that insurer is going to be as favourable to whatever it is in your health and lifestyle history to give you the most favourable terms. And again, that's why you should get advice from specialists, from ourselves, so that we can help you to sift through the different insurer options, because we know the insurers well enough to know which insurer might be more favourable with certain conditions compared to others. Now, also as well, things like, hazardous activities. So again, if I take part in rock climbing or mountaineering or bungee jumping, or I ride a motorbike, those things can again have a significant impact on the cost. Now, The next area that I want to discuss that has an impact on cost is the type of cover and the length of cover. So for life insurance, it comes in many different forms. The type and the length of cover, again, will have a significant impact potentially on the cost. Now, generally speaking, the longer that you run your policy for, the more it's going to cost, because the older you're getting, so the longer an insurer is covering you, the higher the risk becomes, the more likely that insurer is to pay out. So the longer you're running policies for, generally speaking, the more it's going to cost. Now, you have to bear in mind though that yes, running a policy for a shorter period of time might be cheaper, but at the end of that policy term, if you then try and review that cover and take it out again, the fact that you're older and may be in poorer health may mean that you may not be able to get cover, but if you can, it's going to likely be more expensive because you are older. So even though, yes, you might be thinking, well, I'll just take out a policy to run for a shorter period of time, that may not always be the most appropriate option, depending on, again, circumstances. Here at Dunham McCarthy, we are a team of insurance specialists. Now, we help thousands of our clients to arrange the best life insurance to suit their circumstances. And we don't just deal with life insurance, we also help and give advice on critical illness cover and income protection. Now, we deal with lots of different insurance companies, from high street insurers to specialist insurers, to compare all of the options and find the best cover for you. And we also give you full advice and guidance through the process. And for every client that we arrange an insurance policy for, you also get access to our free will writing service over at mylastwill.co.uk. So head over to our website, dm.mortgage, and book in for a free insurance appointment today. And of course, if you are enjoying today's video, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss a future video upload. Now, just expanding on the type of policy. So again, if you were looking at taking out a whole of life insurance policy, that's going to cost significantly more than a term option. So whole of life is something that would run indefinitely until the day that you pass away, whereas a term policy is going to only cover you if you die during the specific term. So if you die outside of the term, the insurer doesn't have to pay out. That option is going to be a lot cheaper than a whole of life option. But again, I meet lots of people and they automatically think a whole of life policy is better because it covers them indefinitely. But that's, again, not always necessarily the case, because if a whole of life policy is going to cost a lot more, you may not be able to get the amount of cover that's sufficient to cover what you need it to cover. So there's pros and cons is what I'm saying. And again, in terms of, some policies are what are called low start. So the cost of the cover starts cheaper on the outset, but gets more expensive over time. So again, the cost of that is going to be significantly different to a guaranteed policy. Guaranteed meaning that the monthly payments stay fixed throughout the lifetime of the policy. So again, guys, the type of cover, how long you're running it for, these are all going to have a significant impact. Let's talk about the comprehensiveness of the policy, the quality of the cover. This is going to dictate how much the cover costs. So it's all good and well, guys. I meet so many people saying, oh, well, I can get life insurance for £4 a month. Yes, you can. We have options for life insurance at £4 a month. But the point is, the quality of the cover and what you're going to get for that £4 a month is not going to be as comprehensive as if you were to pay a little bit extra in most cases. So life insurance does vary in terms of quality. You need to make sure that you're getting advice when you're setting life insurance up, because with something as important as life insurance, you do not want to make costly mistakes. So of course, get in touch and we can help you, because we are specialists at arranging life insurance. But for example, I meet clients that are adamant that they've got a great life insurance policy. It's only costing them £3 a month. So they think that they've got a bargain. When actually I inspect the cover details on the policy document, and it turns out that they have an accidental death life insurance policy. So that policy might pay out if they have an accident, but if they die as a result of being diagnosed with cancer or a heart attack, that policy isn't going to help them in that scenario. So my point is that cheap isn't always best, especially when it comes to, like I say, something as important as life insurance. Because why would you have an accidental death life insurance policy when, like I say, for an extra few pounds you might have been able to be covered for death no matter what the cause of death is? It just doesn't make sense sometimes to scrimp and save a couple of pounds here and there if the quality of the policy isn't going to be sufficient. Now, also, many insurers have got some really beneficial enhancements that you can add to your life insurance cover that may not just help you in the event of death, but for example, if your life insurance policy includes critical illness cover, then the cost of that cover is going to be more than if it's just a standalone life insurance policy. So critical illness, what that's going to do is help you. If you were diagnosed with, say, a cancer, then a critical illness policy would pay out on diagnosis of the cancer, whereas a life insurance policy is only really going to help you if you drop dead. But one thing I would say to be careful of, guys, is if you are looking at adding critical illness policy to a life insurance policy, don't get that confused with terminal illness cover. So most life insurance policies come with terminal illness cover, but there's a difference between terminal and critical. Terminal is basically where your life expectancy is 12 months or less. You've been diagnosed with a condition that's expected to lead to death in the next few months. Whereas critical illness cover will pay out on diagnosis of, say, a cancer, irrespective of whether it's going to lead to death within the next 12 months. So guys, in summary, the cost of life insurance is going to vary depending on all of those different factors. And I get so many clients ask me, how much is life insurance going to cost? And my answer is, it depends on your individual circumstances. Not everybody wants the most comprehensive policy, in the same way that not everybody wants the cheapest basic option either. Everybody is different. Everybody's needs and priorities vary, and that's why you should work with us and get professional advice, because we use our knowledge and expertise to help to guide you through based on your priorities and what you are intending the policy to cover, to make sure that it is the most suitable option for your circumstances. We help to arrange life insurance, critical illness and income protection for many of our clients, from high street insurers to specialist insurers, and we also provide a free will writing service to every person that we arrange a life insurance policy for as well. Make sure as well that you check out the rest of the videos in the life insurance series, and make sure that you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you do not miss a future video from me. But that's it for now. Head over to the website, book in for a free of charge video appointment so that we can go through your options, and I'll see you in the next video.